SDA College Fund is a federally recognized 501c3 nonprofit public charitable organization. All donations are tax deductible under IRC Section 170, 2055, 2106, or 2522. Meet Dr. Linfred Martin. He's a retired Seventh-day Adventist pastor of 55 years and former executive secretary of the Greater New York Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, a position he held for 12 years. Over the last 5 decades of his ministry, God has used him to baptize over 5,000 people, start 8 churches, and nurture the growth of more than 50 pastors and the thousands of church members those pastors serve. If you asked Dr. Martin about his journey, he would tell you that no part of his ministry would have been possible without the generous support he received to complete his college education at West Indies College, a Seventh-day Adventist institution of higher learning located in Jamaica, West Indies. It was a degree he needed to begin his ministry.
I grew up in a family of 7. My parents were poor. They could not afford to send me to high school, so I worked my way through high school by canvassing. Having graduated from high school, I had the goal of going to college. My parents died in the process. My father died first and my mother died after. And so I pursued my education at West Indies College because it was a Christian institution. During that time, my funds were limited, so they recommended me to do canvassing. In that process, they sent me to Nassau, Bahamas, where I got 4 scholarships. I had an uncle, his name was Uncle Willie. He was the first elder of the church after my father passed. And he generated funds from the church through willing individuals within the members of the church to send funds from the church to me while I'm attending college. And those funds helped me financially through college. On my return, I invited my sister, who had a TT at that time, to come to West Indies College to pursue her degree in education. She came and I gave her 2 scholarships. She graduated with a BA in education and a BA in business administration. And I graduated with a Bachelor of Theology degree. And here we are in the field of education, supporting others towards a goal like that. And that is why my wife and I have started this SDA Scholarship Fund for students who are experiencing similar situations financially. And we want to make sure that we help to defray their expenses so that they could graduate from college debt-free.
When Dr. Martin retired from active ministry in 2007, he prayed that God would reveal a way that he could continue supporting the work of the SDA World Church. In 2020, Dr. Martin read an article that quoted Dr. Andrea Luxton, president of Andrews University, as saying that 100 students at her school would not be able to begin classes that upcoming school year without financial support. Dr. Luxton warned that many more students were expected to contact the university with a similar problem. After reading that article and doing more research about similar issues at other Adventist institutions, it was clear to Dr. Martin that over time, without a solution, hundreds of students in similar circumstances might have to drop out of SDA colleges and universities simply because of a financial need. This was the inspiration Dr. Martin needed to create the SDA College Fund. In early 2021, Dr. Martin began work to incorporate the organization. He quickly gathered a talented group of individuals who joined a small but powerful team as the founding board of directors. Together, they charted a path forward. The organization received its 501c3 nonprofit status from the Internal Revenue Service in March 2021. And in May 2022, after a considerable amount of work and prayer, the SDA College Fund dispersed its first scholarship to Alejandra Feria Borjas, a wonderful and talented young lady who is in her last semester at Oakwood University. In her application essay, Alejandra talked about her deep desire to further the mission of the SDA World Church through her future service as a nurse. According to Alejandra, she sees herself as an ambassador of God's love to those she encounters. At the time of her application, although Alejandra hadn't graduated, she had already been offered employment as a nurse with 2 SDA healthcare organizations. Because of the SDA Scholarship Fund, Alejandra was able to clear her outstanding financial obligations and embark on a life of Christian service. Traditionally, when people think about ministry, they think about the work that pastors do within the four walls of churches. While the work pastors do is incredibly important, there's a lot to be said about the work that church members do every day, outside the four walls of the church. The ministry that these members perform with a Christian spirit takes place in the course of their secular roles as nurses, teachers, police, and correctional officers, accountants, lawyers, and so many other professions. Why is this important? Well, as Seventh-day Adventists, we believe very deeply that our daily efforts should be focused on winning souls for the kingdom, to hasten the second coming of Jesus Christ. Matthew 24:14 says, "And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come." That text is our organization's North Star. The SDA College Fund's sole purpose is to increase the number of graduates from SDA institutions by awarding scholarships to students who are unable to graduate because of a financial need. We provide scholarships because we believe that providing financial assistance to mission-driven students enables them to move beyond our SDA institutions and embark on a life of service in their communities. When graduates of SDA colleges and universities act as the hands and feet of God in their professional and personal lives, they are doing their part to spread the good news of the gospel and thereby hasten the second coming of Jesus Christ. This is our mission.